blindfolded grind has just like, you know, it was also my fault, because who's fucking so stupid to submit 2 runs to GDQ to derust at once, while also having like the biggest project of their streaming career at the same time. Like, you know, that's like, that was my fault. Like it was a cool idea, but like it was so much work, dude. It was so much work. So, LBLJ tutorial for the second channel here. Say hi to YouTube if anyone wants to be in. Blindfolded LBLJ. What do we need to know? First of all, you can enter the basement. After you go through the door, you can hold down right notch. Wait, I'm gonna enable input display. So you go through the door at the beginning, right? You buffer down right notch, and then long jump as soon as you hear footsteps. It doesn't really matter. You just long jump down right, and in the middle of the long jump, you switch to upright. And then you mash a dive rollout. And like kind of hold up a bit, hold up right a bit. And then that's like the perfect strat to go directly to the door here. Kind of need to get a feeling for it, because like the later you do the long jump, the less you need to hold up, the more you need to hold up and stuff. Then the strategy here, this is a very important one. You need to first of all check your notch values. You need to check your notch values on your control stick. You need to preferably have not either a perfect notch or a notch that is slightly more right than up. But also not too much. I actually need to disable my input display. So you see my notch, for example, has up 80, right 95, which is really bad. Really, really bad. If I plug in my other controller, for example, this one is more up than right. This controller has 9283, correct? So more up than right. And you generally, like, it can still work if you have this kind of notch, but LBLJ is, at least my fast setup, is one of the things that really, really benefit from having the correct notch. But I will show you also what to do if you do not have the correct notch. So, if you have the correct notch, right? You go through the door, and then you count footsteps. You count footsteps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know? And then Mario will fall down after step number 7, I think? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the 7th step, Mario falls down. And you just keep counting the footsteps and eventually switch from up right to up left to make this like kind of move. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up left, jump. 1, 2, 3, jump. You know what I mean? Why I'm not clipping now right now is because my notch is completely messed up with this controller. So that's why I have my special LBLJ controller. Look at this. Now this is a notch. 88, 90. That's perfect for LBLJ. Basically a perfect notch, but with a tendency to the right instead of the up. Correct? Perfect controller. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom. In there. And then you can time everything with like the pseudo bit count from the footsteps, basically. Just that is something you need to practice a lot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, up left, jump. Now, if you do not have a perfect notch, or you mess up the timing, whatever, like let's say here, this happens, right? Or you have a bad notch and you don't even want to go for it, you can always do the slow strat, which is going down here into this corner. And if you bonk by accident, you can literally just hold up and you will reach that corner too. which is really, really nice. So here, oh no, I failed. I just hold up left, there's a corner. Pause buffer, neutral, kick the wall, and now the backup is really, really solid. You beat count down with the Z buffer, 5 beats, and then 1 to the left. So, dun, dun, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On 5 you hold left, on 6 you pause and go neutral again. And Mario should be like here. He can be a bit further or a bit further left or right. Doesn't really matter. What matters is that then you do a double jump in place, and on the double jump you hold up right. So jump up right. You see, and that clips you through. And then you get up and see left, and you're basically in the LBLJ position. Like that's like 100% guaranteed clip with some practice. So now to the actual LBLJ. You want to, after clipping, hold right and then up right. That does not move Mario yet anywhere. Holy shit, my notch is really soft. Then to have a bit more space, you want to do from upright to up notch and then upright again, like very quick, just like you see, Mario does like one step and then he goes back to the out of bounds. And that is enough. That is enough for you to have enough space for the long jump. Then you want to do a crouch buffer and long jump on the first possible frame after the crouch buffer. That's like a bit of a muscle memory thing. But you can also count it like 1, 2, like 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2, and on the end it's a long jump. And you want to do that into down right, down left notch. And after the long jump, and this is the hardest part where many people fail, after the long jump you instantly want to hold up right. So 1, 2, and. You see, if it does not come out with the long jump, it means you were too early on the A press. You need to wait a tiny bit longer. So count the 2 and like 1 tiny bit later. And then you see instantly upright. And then either there's 2 scenarios. Either the camera turns like this, which is totally fine. In that case, you will not lock in instantly. So what you want to do is tap up left and up. Up left and up. Correct? So, and then you are locked in. You can feel it out. With practice, you can tell there's like a space. Imagine a space where you can BLJ and you are on the right of it. So you need to like up left and up left and up. So you hit that space. The inputs are in Usamune. The input display is not working without ESS adapter. So the other case is this. This is the instant lock-in case. This is the camera does not turn, and you probably will get an instant lock-in or this here. Again, if this happens, the exact same concept as before: up left tap, and then yeah, this is the instant lock-in, for example, right? Actually, it never happens that you get the instant lock-in and not the camera does not turn and you don't get the instant lock-in. So don't worry about that case. So instant lock-in. Let's first talk about the instant lock-in. So if you get the instant lock-in, you need to count how many times you press A. You need to count how often you press A on the BLJ, basically. That's how you are reliably able to tell how fast you are. And this is something you need to... it took me like years to master this. So basically, the faster you mash, the less A presses you will need. The slower you mash, the more A presses you will need. And you need to find a range and a mash that you can consistently do and consistently count. So it needs to be slow enough to be countable and also like in a good range that it's always the same amount of A presses. So for me and my mashing speed, I count 16 A presses, and I do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's my mashing speed. Like, and I count exactly 16 A presses. If you do it, if I personally in runs notice that I was a bit faster than usual, I will already stop at 15. If I notice I'm very slow, I might sometimes go to 17. So it's a dynamic thing that you need to learn. It's not something I can just teach you my strat, because it depends on your mashing and also how consistent your mashing is. Because if it's not exactly always on beat, if it's like dun 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 or something, that's again a complete different setup. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You see, I did 16 and I have 1600 speed on the top left, which is perfect. Exactly what we need. So after you build the speed, you want to hold to the right notch, straight right notch. Boom, right notch, down notch, left notch, down notch. Understand? Right, down, left, down. This is the best way to get the camera into position. And then comes the difficult part. Because again, very dynamic. If you have high speed, it's gonna be different than if you have low speed. But in most cases, what you want to do is tap the C button in beat. And you're gonna do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 times on beat, and then 6. And then you need to press one more time, and that will be dependent on how fast you go. If you have super high speed, you need to do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you have low speed, you want to do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You need to do another C press in between the two beats, and depending on if you're fast or slow, you need to do it on a different timing. That's what I want to say here. So let's try from save state. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's actually 6, and then between the 6th and the 7th beat, that's where you need to input the other one. So let me load my save state. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you see, because I have high speed, I'm now on the wrong side of the stair. High speed is actually not that good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I do like, it's very hard to explain because it's such a feeling based trick. Like these taps I do basically on feel, how I think how fast I am. But I definitely always do 6 on beat, and then it's the feeling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you see, that kind of works. And then you will be on the stair. And then you need to reduce your speed. You can either hold and be here chilling, or you press A like twice until you hear Mario sliding. So now I did not hear the slide. It means I had high speed. I need to press one more time. And then I hear the slide. Shh. And then I know I can go like a down right tap. Down right tap at the end is really, really useful because it clips you. Sometimes you get stuck in the corner next to Bowser's door. Yeah. Yeah, I do it with a bit lower speed. So like this. And then if you are fast enough with the A presses, you see Mario was still moving with the camera. And like sometimes you can press the A presses, reduce your speed so you get up the stairs while the camera is still moving. So he does like this perfect turn. Because now I overshot, for example, right? And then after you hear a slide, down right tap so that you get like lost, and then you can just like walk in there. So yeah, it's hard to explain, but this is basically how it works. I want to still show the second case here with the camera turning, if I can get it to turn. So if the camera turns like this though, right? You hold up left, and if it still doesn't, you just keep tapping up left a tiny bit until you hit that range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then it's the same inputs. Hold right. I had to tap there because I messed up the camera setup. But you hold right, down, left, down, and then again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and tap, tap. No slide yet. Another tap. No slide yet. Another tap. Now there's a slide. Down, right, tap, and you're in. And there is like so many tiny things that can go wrong in this trick, and they all have different kinds of reasons and backups, but that's something you just need to get experience with, dude. I cannot go over all of them, but that's how it works, basically. That's LBLJ in a nutshell and Blindfolded. At least how I do it. I'm pretty sure there's other methods. Oh, the C left I forgot. And the Mario Camps I forgot. So there's two things I forgot here. Now that I did it with muscle memory. Inside the pillar, after the long jump, you hit C left. You hit not only down left. You don't only hit down left to up. Down left to up right on the long jump, but you also hit C left. Like this. And you see, you still get the instant lock-in sometimes. But sometimes you'll get the straight camera with this. Like this. And then you do this. This gives you like a better camera angle for the door so that you don't talk to the door often. And then after you do down, left, down, you also click Mario Cam, Lucky to Cam. Very important, actually. Here you click Mario Cam, Lucky to Cam. And then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and tap, tap, no slide, tap, down, right, tap, in there. That is LBLJ, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial.